Welcome back from the break. If you've just joined us, we're here at the Sheraton Kampala Hotel and we are talking about polygamy. It has been officially made a law in Kenya next door. Should the same apply here in Uganda? Now, before we went into the break, I mentioned it could be protecting women, and I'll tell you why.
May I respond to that?
Yes.
Banji talked about society and how society has been evolving. But you see, when you say evolving, it should evolve. We cannot use exactly the same things we used that time when you claim society is evolving. Yeah, women were protecting, there were a lot more wars, men were dying much more, men were in prison, there were much less women in prison at that time. What is there now that is taking the men? You've never seen a war, Peter. I mean, there's enough men for women.
Okay, according to population statistics, that's not true, especially in Uganda. Actually, it's 4-1, I think.
Nah.
3-1, yeah.
No.
But Bridget.
It's interesting when you mentioned the idea of, you know, somebody being a man and a woman who have lived together for a long period of time having to take on some sort of legal status. I remembered, and like I think it's in Barbados at some point where that actually happened. Because what would happen is a man would cohabit with a woman for 10, 12 years, and they'd have children, and then he'd just up and leave. No responsibility of any sort. And I think at some point there was a legislation that was passed where after a certain period of time you were considered married for all intents and purposes. So but you see that's a bit different from our current topic. When you say polygamy, you know, legalizing polygamy protects women, you said yourself that when this was discussed in Parliament, all the women walked out. So clearly the women don't feel protected by this law.
But look at it, where I was coming from was, here's a situation where this lady is seeing a married guy, okay? And his basis of, he can always say, hey, you know what, no responsibilities, like I say, when he ends the relationship, he's done with her, he can just go. He was not married to her, he was just, to him it was just a good time. Maybe he leaves her with children, stuff like that, and he walks away. But now in this case, if she's considered his wife, automatically, should they separate, she goes away with half his property.
Do you know how much struggle there is after a man has died, a man that has 4 or 5 wives that is left behind? It's never a pretty situation, you know? So I think legalizing, I mean, already a woman getting...
Doesn't that then take care of that? Because
no,
if it's
I mean,
legalized, you know
well,
who's taking what.
So now the children like each other better because there is a law.
No, because you know who's going away with
that is what
like
she's saying.
A law, I mean, a law doesn't necessarily, you will have people stabbing each other in the back, you will have woman pitting her kids against woman, where you'll have, I'm not saying it doesn't work. You know, there are probably families where they probably live happily ever after. But you have to be realistic. What are the, you know, if we got statistics, are there more happy, you know, polygamous wives than monogamous wives? I really honestly don't think so. I don't think it's you know, it's solved, like you said, a law has to solve something. What's it solving? Isn't it creating more issues, you know? Because I do not think that there's a woman under the sun that's going to be excited about the fact that her husband's getting married to someone else. She'll have to tolerate it. She'll probably have to adjust and say, okay, you know what, clearly my hands are tied, right? I've chosen this situation here. But there's no woman that's going to say, oh my God, what's her name?
If it is not broken, it is a general rule everywhere.
Don't try to fix it.
Don't fix it.
It's true.
Don't try to fix something which is not broken. Now, if we look at our Ugandan example, marriage, I think our constitution recognizes 3 forms of marriage. Religious, tradition, that is cultural, customary, and then civil marriage. Now,
they have added 2 in Kenya.
Now, customary
polygamous and monogamous.
Customary marriage already in the customary law of Uganda,
true.
Polygamy is already recognized.
That's
so
true.
meaning, Peter, if we marry woman A, B, C, customarily, they have legitimate rights.
Yeah.
Okay? In the Bible, it is 1 man, 1 woman. In the Quran, actually I did some searching, Google search, up to 4. So already our Muslim friends in Uganda already have their right to marry. 4 from the Christian point, from the Islamic point of view. Now, you see, men, as men, when the polygamy is legalized, and also as men under threat, because we are saying they are protecting the rights of women, we also have some rights which must be protected. So, are we, if this law is introduced in Uganda, are we also being taken care of? You see, that's why I was failed. For instance, when they said you must ask for permission. As Bridget has just said, which woman will give me a right to go and marry another one and bring a rival? From a social work background, we know that there are really a lot of problems in polygamous homes and marriages. There are a lot of problems. Children fighting, wives fighting, the husband being stretched here and there, women not being satisfied and looking for extra entertainment outside these marriages. So those challenges have been there. Now, again, I like the freedom of choice. I will say that polygamy, or no, whether legal or not, it should be a man's choice. But this choice of a man should not infringe on the well-being of the wife. As a reasonable man, if you are really you are okay with your wife, then why do you bring the second? If you really think that she's not satisfying the qualities of the wife, please let her go. Then you.
But if she refuses to go,
you see, it's interesting. I expected
if I may pick up what Banji is saying, Banji, are you then saying it's women who make men polygamous?
No, I have
I apologize to dear viewers. I apologize for Peter.
Somehow Peter manages. Somehow Peter manages to misunderstand certain things.
Everything.
That's what I'm saying. What the argument I'm developing. You see, for us, from my professional background,
yes,
we actually do everything possible to avoid the break of a marriage, because when a marriage breaks, it causes more problems. Okay, so that's why whenever you seek professional help, whether from the religious or the professional therapists, they will encourage you as much as possible to sort out your differences, because then that means you have to begin talking about separating property, child custody. There is enmity between the families. Those are a lot of social problems that we don't want around. But what I'm saying is, if as a man, a reasonable man, and I think in law she knows what a reasonable man is. For us, for the purpose of this argument, I would say it is a man capable of making a decision, a rational, balanced decision. If you feel that this marriage of yours is not working, and you've done everything possible to fix it, you would rather be out of it than be in something which is killing you psychologically, physically, and whatever. So, law or no law about polygamy, I think we don't need it in Uganda. We really don't need it. If we need it, then maybe I'm coming from a wrong side.
Joseph,
it's a de facto state of affairs. This polygamy, it's a practice, but not legally recognized. But it is.
No. I was looking for the word, but I can't find it. It's
the one that means legally.
It's there, but no one wants to admit it.
It's a gray area.
Yeah, it's de facto. It is not legal. It is not legally recognized, but it is a practice and accepted. Then there is de jure, which is actually legal, but not necessarily practiced. So it is a de facto situation. It is happening. My problem is making it a law. Now, for me, what I think is that any society, the basis of any society, is working families or working relationships. Once that is gotten wrong, because I believe any society relies, or the family for that matter, is the smallest unit of society. Now, if those are not working, there is a very large probability that society is going to degenerate. Now, if we bring a law, if you ask me, that is going to undermine those relationships, those bondages, which I think the polygamy law is going to do, then it's a society going to the dogs, if you ask me.
Okay, we'll get back to you, Bridget, once we get back from the break. Now, we're here at the Sheraton Kampala Hotel, and we are talking about polygamy, which has been adopted by our neighbors in Kenya. Don't forget, we must hear from you. We don't just want to hear from you. Follow us on Twitter. It's NTV_men, or go to our Facebook page and like it. That is NTV Men. We'll be right back after the break.